Next question. X Limited has just paid dividend of rupees 20. As far as the just paid is concerned, it is indicating D0. It is likely to grow at the rate of 10%. So the growth rate in the dividend is at the rate of 10%. You are required to calculate P2. P2 stands for price of equity share at the end of the second year. Cost of equity is 15%. Please write down answer of the question. P2 in the write down. P2 means price of equity share at the end of year 2. Full stop. Now I request all of you to make calculation of the P2 and put your answer in the chat box. Now, dear students, we understand that we already have studied that P0 is equal to D1 divided by K minus E. What does it mean? It means that end of year 1 onwards for perpetuity, whatever dividend income that investor is going to receive, all that dividend income will be discounted to year 0, and that is P0. Similarly, we have P2. P2 will be calculated as D3 divided by K minus E. That is the way P2 is calculated. Means dividend income from end of year 3 onwards for perpetuity that investor is going to receive will be discounted to the second year end. That is the way the P2 can be calculated. So I request all of you to write down answer along with me. Working note number 1. Calculation of D3. How D3 is calculated, friends? It is D0 into 1 plus C raised to N. As far as the just paid dividend is concerned, it is 20 rupees. Growth rate is provided 10%. And the number of years is 3. So 1.123. So 1.331 into 20. That comes to rupees 26.62. That is the way the D3 is calculated. Afterwards, calculation of P2. It is D3 divided by K minus C. The third year dividend is 26 rupees and 62 paise. Divided by cost of equity. As far as cost of equity is concerned, it is 15%. And the growth rate is 10%. Cost of equity is 15% and growth rate is 10%. So with that we can calculate the answer. 26.62 divided by 5%. That comes to rupees 532.4. This is the way we can make the calculation of the P2, that is price of equity share at the end of the second year. This is of year 2 end. Just for your understanding purpose, I would like to tell you, you don't have to write this. P0 is equal to D1 divided by K minus C. That is the way, if at all you compute the P0, then in that case it is 20 rupees into 1.10 divided by cost of equity minus growth rate, 0.15 less 0.10. So 20 into 1.1, 22 divided by 5%. That comes to rupees 440. That is the way you may compute P0, and after that P2 is equal to P0 into 1 plus C raised to n, that is 2 years. 440 into 1.10 raised to 2. So square of 1.1 into 440, that is rupees 532.4. That is the way we are required to make the computation of the P2. This is what we understand. However, I do not want you to do answer with this method. There is a reason behind it that I'll share you, say, in the questions to come. Because what will happen, dear students, that say this method of the working will be acceptable. This method of the working is required to be done only if there are certain like conditions which are satisfied. Otherwise, say going with this method is basically not possible. This is what we understand. So it is better that say we go with the method which I have dictated to you earlier, wherein D3 is calculated and based on that P2 is calculated. So summary of the entire answer. P2 means price of the equity share at the end of the second year. It is calculated as D3 divided by K minus C. From end of year 3 onwards for perpetuity, whatever dividend income that investor is going to receive, the same is discounted to the year 0. Sorry, to the end of year 2. That is the way P2, price of equity share at the end of the second year, is calculated.